InRavio.com wants you. InRavio provides the best in TV, film, post-production, and so much more. And we're growing. Right now, we're looking for a team of pros that can join us. So what are you waiting for? We need show hosts, production crew, marketing gurus, sales experts, audio engineers, lighting, visual effects, and camera crews. We want you. Go to InRavio.com/join the team. InRavio.com.
Today's Glory Days show, the 2014 NFL season kicks off.
And we've been talking to correspondents over the last few shows. Today you'll hear our opinions.
Millions of people, including us, play fantasy football. We'll talk about that.
And did you hear about Wes Welker doing ecstasy at the Kentucky Derby? And did you know that the Yankees are wearing a patch for the rest of the season to honor their dead captain, Derek Jeter? We'll talk about that on Glory Days coming up right now. Hello again, everybody. Today is Saturday, September 6, 2014, and you are watching The Glory Day Show with Bruce and Disco. My name is Paul Desclafani, and this is my good friend, Bruce Oler. Matt Martin is behind the glass, and you're joining us on the InRavio.com TV network, where we're broadcasting to the world from the InRavio studios at the Village Music Shoppy right here in beautiful Mastic, Long Island in the great state of New York.
Good morning, Disco. How are you?
All right, man. How about you?
Good. It's a little humid here today.
Yeah,
we had such a great summer, and now summer is over. Well, I mean, officially it's not over. I guess till the first day of fall is like September 22nd
It's the
or something.
unofficial end of summer.
Yeah.
You know, and I feel like
But you are sweating up a
Nixon.
storm here, my friend.
I feel like Richard Nixon in the debates with John F. Kennedy.
Yeah. And I'm John F. Kennedy. There you go. Peach always said I look presidential.
Should we do one of these things during But anyway.
So what's going on, man?
Not much. We have we weren't here last week, so we have a chock-full show for you today.
No guests today.
No guests today, so it's just us for an hour.
Wow. Pressure's on us, huh?
I know, right? We're going to be pulling things out today.
Okay.
Anyway, so what you got going on?
Well, I caught up on a few things. I went to the library, I picked up this DVD, CD. It was a documentary about the Grateful Dead. It's called Sunshine Daydream. And it's a concert they did in 1972 in August in Oregon. Now, I don't know if you remember, but Oregon, I think, was the first state that decriminalized marijuana, okay? So it was shot on a 16-millimeter, camera. And half the time they're showing the band, half the time they're showing the audience. It's really a trip. That's all I can say. And maybe that's a wrong word to use. Maybe that is the right word to use. I don't know. It's a guy with this big pipe that they're smoking. There's there are people that are totally naked. There are other people that are just dancing around. Nobody seems to care what anybody else is doing.
Which is a good way to live your life.
I guess.
You don't have gray hair. You don't have any worries.
What's the matter with gray hair, my friend?
Nothing.
Okay.
All righty. We have a segment here on the Glory Day Show that we call Did You Hear About?
Yes.
So let's get right to it, shall we?
Okay.
And?
Whoops.
It's a musical. Dun, 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 dun. At any rate. So a couple things for this week that were kind of something that I think were interesting. Our good pal Wally Backman.
Yeah, the Mets are playing out the string, and they're not going to get to their 90 wins that was set as a goal by Alderson.
Right. They might get to 90 losses, but they're not going to get to 90 losses. But Wally Backman was named the Pacific Coast League Manager of the Year, and he's the AAA manager for the Las Vegas 51s. Why do they call them the 51s?
I thought they were the Bandits. I don't know.
No, they're the Las Vegas 51s.
51s, okay.
Why not 52s? For cards. Out in Las Vegas, right? Why?
Maybe there's only one card short. I don't know. You know, the house always wins, doesn't it?
So maybe that's what it is. There's only 3 aces in every deck.
There you go.
We didn't say that. We love Las Vegas.
Well, we don't want to get our legs broken either. Okay?
That's exactly right. But anyway, they finished with the best record, 80-62. It's the second consecutive year that the 51s have made the playoffs under Wally Backman. Sandy Alderson was talking about Wally Backman, and he says it's a well-deserved thing. It reflects what it is. But some people in the organization are concerned that Backman won't work well with the front office. He's such this fiery guy.
Yeah. Does he have a reputation for that?
Well, the thing is, he seems to be a fiery guy, but not outwardly on the field. He's not like Lou Piniella.
He just beats his wife, right?
He just beats his wife. But he's not like Lou Piniella kicking dirt on the guys. He's not allegedly.
Okay,
allegedly.
Okay.
Well, no, he actually admitted to that. He allegedly
he was convicted of that, I think.
admitted to being convicted of beating his wife. Anyway, but the players, they love this guy.
Yeah.
Okay, I got a couple of quotes I wanted to read you from two of the guys that are on the Mets right now. Okay. One is Eric Campbell.
Okay.
Okay.
He played with him probably
Eric
last
Campbell
year.
played with him
and,
last year.
Certainly this year until he was brought up.
And Eric Campbell said he's really, really good at communicating.
Okay.
He's a fiery guy. Players really want to play hard for him. He just hates to lose.
And that's a good
How great is
attribute
that?
for a manager.
Exactly. I mean, right now, the thing that I have shortcomings with Collins about is that he's not that guy. He doesn't seem to. He may inwardly say he hates to lose.
Yeah.
But he doesn't really. Not that he doesn't really.
Well, it's interesting. Monday they had that ugly loss. They were up big. They wound up losing. They made 6 errors in that game.
Right.
And I'm watching the post-game conference, and somebody asked him, about those 6 errors, and he just got quiet for a couple of minutes. And then he said, basically, it's ridiculous that we're a professional team and that we made 6 errors. He wasn't happy about it, but you couldn't tell that he was fiery about it, like probably Willie Bachman would have probably gone bananas.
Right. Now Vic Black said he has a fire for managing, loves his players, will stick his head out there for you. As long as you compete and show up every day and take care of your business, he's all for you.
Okay.
So, if we wrap up, he's a great communicator. He will not stand for losing.
He hates to lose.
And he holds you responsible for your actions.
Okay.
This guy is going to be a manager somewhere.
Well, and that maybe is going to be the problem with the Mets. The Mets aren't ready to pull that trigger and get rid of Collins. Wally Backman is going to wind up in another organization, I believe.
And I'm really concerned about that.
Yeah, well, we should be.
The Manager of the Year award, it's voted on by the other managers.
Okay.
And the media. So who knows those managers better than them? Do you know that when he was he was named minor league manager of the year 10 years ago when he was with Arizona. Then they hired him as a manager.
Right.
And then they fired him.
Right. That whole
3
thing.
days later.
That whole thing about his wife beating came up. Right. I mean, that's
and
what happened.
He's apparently he didn't tell them about that. Okay.
Well, I don't think it's something you're probably proud about. First of all.
Right. But I mean, he's been in the Met organization now for 5 years. Okay. Brooklyn Cyclones, the AA Binghamton, AAA Buffalo, and then they moved to Las Vegas.
51s, yeah.
Did you know that in 1998 he was bitten by a spider?
Yes.
And he almost died.
Right. Right. He became Spider-Man, by the way. But
I just don't know what the Mets are afraid of in taking a chance on this guy.
Well, we'll see. It should be an interesting offseason. They have a bunch of they really have a good nucleus now, I think. But there's a few gaps they have, and they need to fill those gaps, and it'll be an interesting offseason for sure for the Mets, I think.
Right. It's players like Backman. He didn't get to the major leagues just on talent.
No.
He was all about hard work. They know the sacrifice that it takes to win games. They know how grueling and how difficult this game is. And they know how to play with both their heart and their heads.
Yeah, well, a lot of times great players don't make great managers, but the guys that, I'm not going to say got by, because it wasn't certainly that he got by, but he certainly, overachieved. I think those are the guys you want to put in a managerial position.
Right, and you know what? You'll never see one of his players loafing down the line or lazily catching a fly ball or doing any of that stuff. What the Mets need right now is they need somebody to kick them in the butt.
ass and take some names.
Right, exactly. And that's what I think Wally Backman will do.
Let's hope so.
All right, you know what? We're just getting started here.
Yes.
On the Glory Days show. Let's take a break. When we come back, we'll talk about the start of the NFL season. Later on, we'll talk about fantasy football.
Okay.
If you hang out to the end, Mr. B will do a song for you.
Blood and Roses. Okay.
We're coming right back.
InRavio.com. The Bully News Network, coming soon to InRavio.com. An all-new weekly show highlighting the latest news and information about the epidemic of bullying. Join Scott Hislop as he explores the issues with Dr. Michelle Golland, along with parents, teachers, and school officials, and many others affected by bullying. We'll tell stories together and work toward finding a solution to this rampant problem. The Bully News Network premieres Tuesday, September 9th at 6 p.m. only on InRavio.com. The world of advertising has changed. Radio, TV, and newspaper revenues have declined drastically. Why? Because businesses have realized that advertising return on investment isn't what it used to be. So what can we do about it? Well, that's easy. Advertise online. Own a local restaurant, real estate agency, or even a national retail chain? Whatever your business, InRavio can get your message out there, and we can do it at a fraction of the cost. Call today and see the difference for yourself. This isn't TV. This isn't radio. This is InRavio.com.
From the 505 Racing Show, live every Monday night from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Watch as I dive into everything from NASCAR and motor racing, only on InRavio.com.
Transmission of lice occurs from being in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Like catching a cold or a flu.
You have guaranteed peace of mind in every bottle of Got Lice because all of our products are completely natural.
And organic.
But strong enough to cover all your lice removal needs while being safe and effective. Our professional technicians are specially trained with our exclusive proven technique to successfully comb out head lice. We come right to your home at your convenience.
Whenever you want us.
We bring everything needed to perform a successful and complete comb out while eliminating your head lice. And we leave you with our exclusive complimentary products to use for the next 10 days following our treatment.
For free.
Our technicians also check all family members who have been exposed to lice. Please visit us on our website today at gotlice.co or feel free to call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at 646-257-0121.
The Bully News Network, coming soon to InRavio.com. An all-new weekly show highlighting the latest news and information about the epidemic of bullying. Join Scott Hislop as he explores the issues with Dr. Michelle Golland, along with parents, teachers, and school officials, and many others affected by bullying. We'll tell stories together and work toward finding a solution to this rampant problem. The Bully News Network premieres Tuesday, September 9th at 6 p.m. only on InRavio.com. InRavio.com wants you. InRavio provides the best in TV, film, post-production, and so much more. And we're growing. Right now, we're looking for a team of pros that can join us. So what are you waiting for? We need show hosts, production crew, marketing gurus, sales experts, audio engineers, lighting, visual effects, and camera crews. We want you. Go to enravio.com/join the team. For over 60 years, Hanson Carpet has put the customer first, providing only the finest quality products and service. And Hanson Carpet is so much more than just carpet. We also carry a wide selection of window blinds and shades, and our licensed and insured technicians can service any of your flooring or window covering needs. Browse our huge selection of laminate, carpet, linoleum, vinyl, and tile. Stop by our showroom today or visit hansoncarpet.com. No matter what your project, Hanson Carpet has got you covered.
Welcome back to the Glory Days Show with Bruce and Disco here on the enravio.com TV network. I want to take a few minutes before we get into the NFL. I want to talk about whether Derek Jeter is actually dead or not.
Okay, is that like Francisco Franco or whatever it was, you know?
Oh, no, Francisco Franco was dead.
Yeah, okay.
He was still dead.
Okay, yes, okay.
But what's happening is, kidding around. All right, let's just get to this first. Tomorrow, they're having Derek Jeter Day tomorrow at Yankee Stadium.
Right.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, pretty expensive.
They're going
ticket,
to wear a patch on their jerseys for Derek Jeter's number 2.
Okay.
Then they are going to wear the Derek Jeter logo on their hats.
What's the Derek Jeter logo?
There's a Derek Jeter retirement logo.
Really? Okay.
That they've been using all year, and they're wearing that on their hats. But they're going to be doing it for the rest of the season, not just that day.
Yeah.
Because when they had Mariano
Rivera
Day,
yeah.
they did the same thing. They wore a patch and the thing, but it was only for the one day.
Okay.
They're going to be doing this for the rest of the season. Now, normally, that kind of thing is reserved for
People that are dead, yes.
So, kidding around.
Well, but let's face it, the Yankees are dead.
Well,
Okay,
we hope so. And then they go and they win a game like they did with Boston the other night.
Yeah.
But kidding around, I said, you know what? I says, maybe we'll make fun of the fact that the Yankees are doing this and that Derek Jeter is dead.
Okay.
Then on Wednesday,
Yeah.
somebody created a Facebook page, R.I.P. Derek Jeter.
Wow.
And then there's a website called Necropedia. Necropedia.
Okay.
In which they do anticipated obituaries.
Okay.
And yesterday, they posted a thing that Derek Jeter is dead, that he died on September 7th, 2014. Okay? That happens to be Derek Jeter Day.
Tomorrow.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So I said, you know what? I wanted to take a look at some stuff. This is Derek Jeter's statistics for this year. Okay? He's played in 124 games, so he's got about another 25 games left. He's hitting .261, 132 hits, 41 runs, 15 doubles, 3 homers, 39 runs batted in. Okay? Derek Jeter is a lifetime .310 hitter. Lifetime.
He's not having a great year.
Okay? In any season in his career, including his rookie season,
Okay.
where he played at least 140 games, he's never hit less than 10 home runs. He's never had less than 70 runs batted in. He's never had less than 25 doubles. He's never had less than 179 hits. This isn't a slow decline.
No, it's not the way he wants to go out, obviously.
No, but it's not like a slow decline that you would expect an aging player to have. It's just boom. I mean, his last full season, which was just before he got injured,
right?
He hit .316. He had 15 home runs, 216 hits, I believe.
Well, that injury maybe is more attributable or had a bigger impact than people wanted to think about.
So I'd like to know where he is and what happened to him.
He's dead.
I'm thinking that maybe that's not him.
Yeah, you think so?
Maybe it's somebody. There are a lot of people that look like Derek Jeter.
You think? Yeah.
But I mean, certainly for the year that he's having, it's just amazing. But you know what? The Boston fans are having a ball with this.
Well, that's where he's going to end. That's where the last 3 games of the season are, is up in Boston, right?
There's a Boston website, a Boston Red Sox fan website called Fansided, and they posted this about the absurdity of the Derek Jeter tribute. They said this season has been an all-out Jeter ego fest.
Yeah, I've been seeing things about his ego. I don't think he's got that big of an ego. I really don't,
Well, here's the thing. They said Jeter is being sneaky about the fact that he doesn't want all this stuff. And again, this is from the Boston fan
Well,
perspective.
that's right. It's a little biased.
Right? He says, making him the fraud that many Red Sox fans always knew he
Fraud?
was.
Wow.
Yeah. He relishes the endless praise and shower of extravagant gifts he receives from every team the Yankees face. The irony of these tributes is that they celebrate Jeter's class in the most tasteless way possible. And you know what? I don't agree with the thing. I mean, he should get the accolades. He was a great player for,
I think so, too.
for however many, 14, 18 years, however many years he's played. But what they're doing is just ridiculous. I mean, could you imagine Derek Jeter that day? They're honoring him, and for the rest of the year, everybody's wearing his number in a black circle.
Yeah.
Like he's dead.
Wow.
All righty.
NFL.
About Derek Jeter. Derek Jeter is not really dead. All right. So, the NFL started this week.
Yes. Yes.
We actually, this is week one, the NFL. The Jets and Giants, everybody starts this week. There was a game on Thursday.
Yeah, I did my pigskin pick'em, and I did not come up on the winning end of that one.
Couple of NFL stories that I think we should talk about.
Okay.
Okay. First of all is the Wes Welker. The fact that Wes Welker came up and was suspended. That was the big story this week. He was suspended for 4 games for having amphetamines in his system. But it was a test that was done back in May after the Kentucky Derby.
Okay.
Wes Welker apparently went to the Kentucky Derby.
Yeah, he won, and I guess his payout wound up being more than he should have gotten. So he got 15 grand more than he should have been paid, right?
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So I was trying to figure out why he was handing out these $100 bills, and maybe that's what it was. Or whatever. They asked him for the money back, and he told them, go scratch, is what he told them, basically,
So apparently, and for some reason, I mean, they tested his urine after going to the Kentucky Derby. That somehow doesn't seem fair.
Well, no.
But
no.
then I guess they're not looking for alcohol.
No.
But they said that the sample had high levels of amphetamines.
Which is an ingredient in this MDMA or Molly or ecstasy, whatever the heck you want to call it. I guess it's got many names on the street.
But of course, he denies taking ecstasy. But he was with his good friend Tom Brady at the time. Tom Brady is his pal. They're really good friends. They always were when they were together.
He's had 2 of the greatest quarterbacks of all time throwing things,
Right.
between Tom Brady and Peyton Manning.
So they asked Brady about the Wes Welker situation, and he said that's Wes's situation. As a friend, you hope the best, but this isn't friend time. He says it's opponent time. But you can understand, that's what makes Tom Brady such a great quarterback.
Yes.
But then they asked him about being at the Derby with Welker, and whether he saw Welker taking anything. And he just laughed really hard and said, no comment on that.
Yeah, and you know why? Because Wes Welker is basically saying he didn't know that he took it, so he must have been slipped a Mickey.
Yes,
okay, so maybe Tom Brady slipped him a Mickey. I don't know.
Tom Brady didn't get tested.
Exactly right. It's all a fair and love and war, right?
You know what? We may need to have somebody like Pete Torgerson talk about Tom Brady and ecstasy.
Yeah.
Could you imagine him slipping Wes Welker ecstasy?
Well, I don't know what happened.
And the other thing that I thought, 2 other really quick things.
Yep.
Number one, Michael Sam.
He got released.
He got released, but then he got picked up by Dallas.
Right. Well, I guess St. Louis was pretty heavy in the position that he was playing for. So so the Cowboys picked him up. The Cowboys have and he's on the practice squad right now. Is what he's on.
he had 3 sacks and 11 tackles in 4 preseason games. The entire Cowboys team had 5 sacks.
Yeah.
So they really need the help. But they say he's going to need a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Maybe
So
he does
there'll
get a
be
shot.
this new meaning to Write 'em Cowboy, I guess. I don't know.
Well, he goes from the Rams,
Yeah.
right, to Write 'em Cowboy.
Okay.
I don't know. Matt, any other jokes we can make about that that would offend you?
There's plenty, okay. Not for public consumption, though, okay?
And,
Okay.
and the Daily News
Yeah.
has said they are not going to use the word Redskins
Okay.
in any print form.
So
at
they're going
all.
to call it the Washington.
They're just going to say Washington did this or Washington did that.
The NFL team from Washington.
Right.
Okay.
They're not going to call them the Redskins in any printed material. They are also not going to put the logo. You know, what they normally do is every week they do a thing about all the teams, and they use the helmet.
Yeah.
What they're going to do is turn the helmet on the side. So instead of showing the side of the helmet, they're going to show the back of the helmet, and it'll have the maroon color with the yellow stripe.
Okay. Why
It's
not
the
the front
most-
of the helmet?
I don't know. It's the most ridiculous thing I ever heard. First of all, 71% of football fans said that they don't think it's offensive and that they don't want.
Well,
them
I
to
wonder
change the
how
logo.
many of those football fans, though, are Native Americans. Probably not many, you know?
Again, you know what I mean? It's just, it's something that is growing in stature and it's steamrolling.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's just ridiculous that a newspaper is going to not do that.
Well,
Does that mean that they're never going to use the word Negro,
yeah.
right?
I don't know.
Isn't Negro an
I
offensive
mean,
term?
Phil Simms is not going to call them the Redskins when he's reporting on them. So I don't know. You know,
All right.
it's a mess. It's a mess.
So let's talk about a little bit about opening weekend
Okay.
for the for football.
I hope the Jets win. I think they have a good chance. I mean, they're going against the rookie quarterback in Oakland. That'll be tomorrow at 1 o'clock. They're playing at home. Giants open Monday night, 7 o'clock, because there's 2 Monday night games,
Yes.
as there is every year, I guess, for opening day. They have a much bigger task in playing the Lions, I guess.
And they've been
you know,
having problems with that offense.
Yeah, but, well, we'll see. I mean, you know, you never show your good stuff in preseason anyway.
But they didn't show anything.
Well, they did.
But they
did.
won 5 games.
Yeah.
That's how ridiculous the preseason is.
That's right. So you really can't count any of that, you know. I mean, when I had to do my picks this week, what are you going to do? You're going to base it on last year's team? You
No,
know,
you
some of these
can't.
guys, I
That's
mean, it's a different season is what it is, you know?
Well, they were talking about the Jets for a second, and they said if the Jets don't win this game, this is probably the only game that they have a really good chance. Did you see the lineup of quarterbacks that they have to play over the next 6 weeks?
I have not.
Okay, ready for this? Aaron Rodgers, Jay Cutler, Stafford, Phillip Rivers, Peyton Manning, and Tom Brady.
Wow.
That's their next 6 games.
That's murderer's row there is what that is.
Those are probably, if you're a fantasy football fan, we're going to talk about fantasy football in a few minutes. You would have any one of those guys.
Well, I do have one of those guys.
Okay, me too.
Yeah. Okay.
But I mean, you would have any one of those guys as your starting quarterback, and they got to face them all in a row, so they could easily be 1-6 by the time they get to. I think they got the break on week 8.
I got you.
But one of the things that they've got going about Oakland is, besides the fact that Oakland hasn't had a winning season since like 2002.
Yeah.
Oakland's lost 13 consecutive games in the Eastern.
Well,
time
they
zone.
came out here on Thursday, so that because they wanted to make sure that basically just playing in a different time zone, landing, I guess, the day before or something, you know, and screwing up their body clock wasn't going to screw them up this time.
I
We'll
don't know,
see.
does it screw up your body clock to play earlier? You would think it would screw up your body clock to play later.
I don't know. You know, these are people that are much smarter than us that say these kind of stupid things. You know?
All righty. The last team to repeat as Super Bowl champions for the AFC.
Probably the Patriots, I would guess.
Right. 2003, 2004. Last team to repeat for the NFC. What would you think that? And I didn't get this one.
NFC.
It was 1992.
92.
Dallas Cowboys.
Wow, the Cowboys.
Right?
Wow.
1992,
Right, them Cowboys. There you
1993.
go.
Right? Now, Seattle, they're the defending champions. They came back with the
and
win this week.
They look pretty good. Their defense is outstanding. And actually, they were talking about the fact that maybe their offense isn't that good. Their offense looked pretty good, too. You know.
And you know what? They're returning 18 of 22 players.
Everything has to break right for a team, you know. I mean, it's the first week of the season. There could be injuries. You don't know what's going to happen, you know. There's always some surprise, some guy. Like, look at the quarterback in Philadelphia last year, you know. So you don't know who's going to get hot, you know. So I'm looking forward to an exciting year. Hopefully the Jets and Giants are both relevant throughout the season. And I just urge everybody to join our Pigskin Pick'em at the ESPN.com.
Right, the Glory Days 2014
group. There you go.
We've got about 25, 30 people so far. And the winner of the whole thing will get a segment on this here program.
Wow.
At the end of the year.
Maybe it'll be one of us.
Then what would we do?
I don't know. We'll play with ourselves, I guess. I don't know.
Works for me.
Okay.
You know, there's a couple of... all right. We'll talk about that next week. Couple of new rules for the NFL.
Yeah, I know.
So you know what we'll do?
Okay. Take a
It's
break.
halftime here at the Glory Days Show.
Okay.
Time to catch our breath. When we come back, we'll talk a little bit about fantasy football.
Okay. Sounds good to me.
Which is a pretty hot topic lately. Mm-hmm. And we'll be right back.
InRavio.com. The Bully News Network, coming soon to InRavio.com, an all-new weekly show highlighting the latest news and information about the epidemic of bullying. Join Scott Hislop as he explores the issues with Dr. Michelle Golland, along with parents, teachers, and school officials, and many others affected by bullying. We'll tell stories together and work toward finding a solution to this rampant problem. The Bully News Network premieres Tuesday, September 9th at 6 p.m. only on InRavio.com. The world of advertising has changed. Radio, TV, and newspaper revenues have declined drastically. Why? Because businesses have realized that advertising return on investment isn't what it used to be. So what can we do about it? Well, that's easy. Advertise online. Own a local restaurant, real estate agency, or even a national retail chain? Whatever your business, InRavio can get your message out there. And we can do it at a fraction of the cost. Call today and see the difference for yourself. This isn't TV. This isn't radio. This is InRavio.com.
From the 505 Racing Show, live every Monday night from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Watch as I dive into everything from NASCAR and motor racing, only on InRavio.com.
Transmission of lice occurs from being in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Like catching a cold or a flu.
You have guaranteed peace of mind in every bottle of Got Lice because all of our products are completely natural
And organic.
but strong enough to cover all your lice removal needs while being safe and effective. Our professional technicians are specially trained with our exclusive proven technique to successfully comb out head lice. We come right to your home at your convenience.
Whenever you want us.
We bring everything needed to perform a successful and complete comb out while eliminating your head lice, and we leave you with our exclusive complimentary products to use for the next 10 days following our treatment.
For free.
Our technicians also check all family members who have been exposed to lice. Please visit us on our website today at gotlice.co or feel free to call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at 646-257-0121.
InRavio.com wants you. InRavio provides the best in TV, film, post-production, and so much more. And we're growing. Right now, we're looking for a team of pros that can join us. So what are you waiting for? We need show hosts, production crew, marketing gurus, sales experts, audio engineers, lighting, visual effects, and camera crews. We want you. Go to enravio.com/join the team. For over 60 years, Hanson Carpet has put the customer first, providing only the finest quality products and service. And Hanson Carpet is so much more than just carpet. We also carry a wide selection of window blinds and shades, and our licensed and insured technicians can service any of your flooring or window covering needs. Browse our huge selection of laminate, carpet, linoleum, vinyl, and tile. Stop by our showroom today or visit hansoncarpet.com. No matter what your project, Hanson Carpet has got you covered.
Welcome back to the Glory Days Show. This is what fantasy football owners play for. It's not the money.
Yep.
It's all about winning the trophy.
Cup.
This is the Remfel Cup, and it means nothing to anybody out there except us and the 12 other owners that are in our football league. We have had this trophy since 1983, I think
Right.
we had it, right? We got this trophy, and we started engraving it with the name of the guy who wins the trophy, who wins the championship.
And this is where it started out. It was just this one
little
base.
cup here. Then we went to another base, and now we're on a third base, and it's just kind of ridiculous.
Who's
I
on
guess.
third base? No. Okay.
No, he's on second.
Okay.
No, who's on first?
Yeah.
I don't know.
All
He's
right.
on third. At any rate, fantasy football, in my wife's opinion, is the single greatest waste of time ever.
She doesn't appreciate the fact you're not around, you know,
No.
for the whole season.
No, she said goodbye to me on Thursday.
I see, okay.
So I'll see her sometime in January when fantasy football is over. And I told her, I said, but I won this year. And she says,
Well, it's really become the rage. I mean, when we started it back in I guess we really started in 81. Like you say,
Right.
the trophy came about in 83. In 82, that was the first year we did play for a cup, and there was no cup, and that was the only time that I won.
right.
But now, I mean, it's really, I'm trying to think of the right word here. I mean, it's all over the place, what it is, you know?
It started, I did some research on fantasy football, and again, we're talking 1981 when we started doing
Yes.
this. It's a long time ago, people. Most of you aren't even that old.
Now,
But Wikipedia, which of course is the source for all things true on the internet,
of course.
traces it back to Oakland area businessmen who were season ticket holders with the Oakland Raiders
Okay.
back in 1963.
63.
63.
Wow.
And it was a touchdown-only league.
Like ours is.
Like ours
That's
is,
one of the
okay?
things that makes our league, I think, a little unique.
They're celebrating their 50th anniversary this year.
Okay.
But if you don't know anything about fantasy football, we'll give you just a quick little primer on it. Basically, you pick players that are in the NFL, offensive players in our situation.
That's right. That's another thing that's a little different. Some teams play with a special team or a defense, maybe both. Right.
And what it does is, it's very simple. You have guys on your team, when they score or they rack up yardage or they do any of those things in their NFL game, those points count for your team. And as Jet fans, okay, there were many years where after 3 games of the season, we were done with football.
Right.
And in every NFL city, you only get 1, maybe 2 games a week that you could actually watch, because there's nothing else to watch. You have to get your team.
It's become
name.
really an industry in and of itself, man.
And what it allows you to do now, I know it's allowed me to really get more interested in the other teams in the league. I mean, I know I never...
And get rid of your wife for half a year.
And get rid of your wife. But there are many types of leagues. There's head-to-head leagues, which is 2 teams play each other.
Well, that's
My
part of
team
our league. We
Plays
do
your
that.
league, okay? There are keeper leagues where you keep the players every year. There are leagues where you throw everybody back and you
Right.
start from scratch. There are leagues where when you draft players, you have a salary cap.
Okay.
There are leagues where it's an auction. There are leagues,
The highest bidder?
right? And what happens is these leagues must take days to do. You know, where they go, okay, Peyton Manning, and somebody says, I'll bid $10, I'll bid 11, I'll bid 12, and they go until the bidding is over. But one of the newest things are these, they call them a daily league, but obviously football is.
A daily league.
It's called a daily league, but what it is you pick a football team every week. You pick 10 guys or 9 guys, and that's your team for the week.
Okay.
Okay? And you compete in, like, say, your friend's league. But it's a money league. You pay money every week to be in it. But you win money every week. And that allows you to just have a completely different team every week. The chances of me and you picking the exact same 10 guys
Every week.
is fairly minute.
Okay.
Because you can't just pick, everybody's got like a dollar amount. Say you've got...
Everybody's got a budget.
Right. You've got a budget of, say, $100,000. So if you're going to spend $10,000 on your quarterback, you have to budget the rest of the way. You know? So those are the kind of things that fantasy. Now, our particular fantasy football league, we wanted to make it as simple as possible.
Well, and at the time that we started, in 1981, I mean, there was not all these services that are out there.
Oh, my
now,
God.
You know, so it was all done on paper. You know, and the easiest thing to do is just keep track of touchdowns, extra points,
And field goals.
And field goals, you know.
That was it. That's all we did. Because, you know, our reasoning at the time was fairly simple. It doesn't matter if your running back runs for 200 yards. You don't put the ball in the end zone, you're going to lose the game.
Yeah,
You know,
That's true.
that was our reasoning.
that's true.
And we've kind of stuck with it. We've got a couple of owners. I mean,
Well, this year it came up to a vote, right? They were thinking about changing the rules a little bit and not giving a lot of points, less than a touchdown for 100 yards or whatever. But it was still a change to our bylaws, and I guess it wound up being a tie.
we didn't do it
And
yet.
and it did not carry.
Well, here's a couple of things. Do you know that ads on fantasy football website
Yeah,
generate between $2 and $5 billion?
billions, really.
You realize how many people are playing fantasy football? Now, again, remember, we could have been right there. You know, we're not making any money on this. It should be.
Well, how about the guys who started this thing back in
Yeah, no,
1963?
they're the same thing. They didn't do
Yeah.
anything with it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it's something that. It's just that it has exploded.
It has.
Into this tremendous thing, and there was a survey done about wasted productivity.
I believe in
Now,
that.
You remember when we were, when we were in an office, and we had, I think, 8 or 10 of the owners in the same.
That's right.
We didn't get anything done.
Yeah, I know. And I think Lynn Kiley kind of let us slide a little bit on that, you know.
But listen to this. A rough estimate is that $6 billion is wasted in work performance, but managers consider it a minor distraction.
Are those male managers or female
I
managers?
don't think they.
Yeah. Okay.
I wonder what.
Yeah, I know. There's a little hidden thing there, I think, maybe.
Asked to rate the impact of fantasy football in their workplace on a scale of 1 to 10, 70% of the managers said it was a 4.
Which is a minor distraction.
Right.
I
Less than 8% said 7 or 8. And nobody said 9 or 10. I think that's because the managers are playing fantasy
Well, of
football
course
too.
it is. Of course it is.
You know, 40% consider fantasy football a positive influence in the workplace. And 20% of them said that they've made valuable business contacts through fantasy football. Isn't that
Okay.
amazing?
Well, it's all over the place, as you said, you know. So we were kind of pioneers, I guess, if you really think about it. Because whenever I talk to people about it, I always tell them we started in 1981. Their eyes get...
They look at you
know.
like, yeah. Well, they go, oh, I've been playing for 10 years.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
Really?
You know what I mean? Listen, schoolboy.
So, are you in another league this year?
No,
or
I'm
one?
just in this league.
I did one of those weekly FanDuel things
Okay.
this year. And now I know why. I mean, people are in 4, 5, 6 leagues, and I don't know how you can keep track of, what you're doing or pay attention
It's tough.
to really.
It was, when I had two leagues, it was tough because, I knew I had Aaron Rodgers, then I had some other quarterback, You really got to think about
and already,
what's your priority.
Well, already this week, right? I'm playing Slice of Zeiss, the defending champion Juicers, playing Slice of Zeiss, right? And I'm getting all upset because Marshawn Lynch scored 2 touchdowns on Thursday night against me. So I didn't even start playing. I'm down 22-0, right? Because he also has the kicker of Seattle, right? But then I checked my daily thing. I have Marshawn Lynch.
All right, so, you
I
felt
may
bad,
make
now
money.
you're feeling good. Okay. All right.
Hey, you made it this far. Hang out for a few more minutes. We'll have a real treat for you. We're going to take a short break, get set up for Mr. B's live performance. What's it going to be?
It's going to be the Smithereens, Blood and Roses.
Watching Glory Days, coming right back.
InRavio.com. The Bully News Network, coming soon to InRavio.com, an all-new weekly show highlighting the latest news and information about the epidemic of bullying. Join Scott Hislop as he explores the issues with Dr. Michelle Golland, along with parents, teachers, and school officials, and many others affected by bullying. We'll tell stories together and work toward finding a solution to this rampant problem. The Bully News Network premieres Tuesday, September 9th at 6 p.m. only on InRavio.com. The world of advertising has changed. Radio, TV, and newspaper revenues have declined drastically. Why? Because businesses have realized that advertising return on investment isn't what it used to be. So what can we do about it? Well, that's easy. Advertise online. Own a local restaurant, real estate agency, or even a national retail chain? Whatever your business, InRavio can get your message out there. And we can do it at a fraction of the cost. Call today and see the difference for yourself. This isn't TV. This isn't radio. This is InRavio.com.
From the 505 Racing Show, live every Monday night from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Watch as I dive into everything from NASCAR and motor racing, only on InRavio.com.
Transmission of lice occurs from being in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Like catching a cold or a flu.
You have guaranteed peace of mind in every bottle of Got Lice because all of our products are completely natural
And organic.
but strong enough to cover all your lice removal needs while being safe and effective. Our professional technicians are specially trained with our exclusive proven technique to successfully comb out head lice. We come right to your home at your convenience.
Whenever you want us.
We bring everything needed to perform a successful and complete comb out while eliminating your head lice. And we leave you with our exclusive complimentary products to use for the next 10 days following our treatment.
For free.
Our technicians also check all family members who have been exposed to lice. Please visit us on our website today at gotlice.co or feel free to call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at 646-257-0121.
InRavio.com wants you. InRavio provides the best in TV, film, post-production, and so much more. And we're growing. Right now, we're looking for a team of pros that can join us. So what are you waiting for? We need show hosts, production crew, marketing gurus, sales experts, audio engineers, lighting, visual effects, and camera crews. We want you. Go to InRavio.com/join the team. For over 60 years, Hanson Carpet has put the customer first, providing only the finest quality products and service. And Hanson Carpet is so much more than just carpet. We also carry a wide selection of window blinds and shades, and our licensed and insured technicians can service any of your flooring or window covering needs. Browse our huge selection of laminate, carpet, linoleum, vinyl, and tile. Stop by our showroom today or visit HansonCarpet.com. No matter what your project, Hanson Carpet has got you covered.
Welcome back to the Glory Day Show with Bruce and Disco here on NRadio.com. Every week on the Glory Day Show, Mr. B selects a song to perform for you right here on this program. And today is no different. Today it is Blood and Roses by the Smithereens.
Smithereens, some power pop.
All righty, let's do it.
Okay. It was long ago, seems like yesterday. Saw you standing in the rain, then I heard you say, I want to love but it comes out wrong, wrong. I want to live but I don't belong, long. I close my eyes, then I see blood and roses. I bought flowers in the springtime. October we were wet. In wintertime the roses died. Her blood ran cold and then she said, I want to love but it comes out wrong, wrong. I want to live but I don't belong, long. I close my eyes, then I see blood and roses. It was long ago, seems like yesterday. Saw you standing in the rain, then I heard you say, I want to love but it comes out wrong, wrong. I want to live but I don't belong, long. I close my eyes, then I see blood and roses. Blood and roses. Blood and roses. Blood and roses.
InRavio.com. The Bully News Network, coming soon to InRavio.com. An all-new weekly show highlighting the latest news and information about the epidemic of bullying. Join Scott Hislop as he explores the issues with Dr. Michelle Golland, along with parents, teachers, and school officials, and many others affected by bullying. We'll tell stories together and work toward finding a solution to this rampant problem. The Bully News Network premieres Tuesday, September 9th at 6 p.m. only on InRavio.com. The world of advertising has changed. Radio, TV, and newspaper revenues have declined drastically. Why? Because businesses have realized that advertising return on investment isn't what it used to be. So what can we do about it? Well, that's easy. Advertise online. Own a local restaurant, real estate agency, or even a national retail chain? Whatever your business, InRavio can get your message out there, and we can do it at a fraction of the cost. Call today and see the difference for yourself. This isn't TV. This isn't radio. This is InRavio.com.
From the 505 Racing Show, live every Monday night from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Watch as I dive into everything from NASCAR and motor racing, only on InRavio.com.
Transmission of lice occurs from being in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Like catching a cold or a flu.
You have guaranteed peace of mind in every bottle of Got Lice because all of our products are completely natural
And organic.
but strong enough to cover all your lice removal needs while being safe and effective. Our professional technicians are specially trained with our exclusive proven technique to successfully comb out head lice. We come right to your home at your convenience.
Whenever you want us.
We bring everything needed to perform a successful and complete comb out while eliminating your head lice. And we leave you with our exclusive complimentary products to use for the next 10 days following our treatment.
For free.
Our technicians also check all family members who have been exposed to lice. Please visit us on our website today at gotlice.co or feel free to call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at 646-257-0121.
InRavio.com wants you. InRavio provides the best in TV, film, post-production, and so much more. And we're growing. Right now, we're looking for a team of pros that can join us. So what are you waiting for? We need show hosts, production crew, marketing gurus, sales experts, audio engineers, lighting, visual effects, and camera crews. We want you. Go to InRavio.com/join the team.
We are just about out of time here on the Glory Day Show, so it's a pretty good show today, right?
I can't believe how white I look. I mean, I have a great tan, but I am looking like a ghost here, man, you know?
All right. Well, listen, thanks again to our producer, Matt Martin. He hosts In Around, pun intended, here on the InRavio.com TV network. You can see that on Friday nights here on the East Coast from 6 to 7. Thanks again, Chuck and Bonnie, putting up with this nonsense week after week. And one other thing I want to say.
Because it's the cup.
Because it's the cup.
Okay.
It's the only thing. Don't forget, check out our archive page, the Glory Days archive page on InRavio.com. You can see any of our past shows, and you can see any of the other really good shows on the InRavio.com TV network. Enjoy your weekend, everybody, and we'll see you next week.
Have a great week.